Recently, Karl Anthony Towns stated that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time and had many fans going, This got me thinking though, who are, let's say, 5 of the best shooting big men ever? I'm Bill, and let's have a look. The role of big men in the NBA has changed drastically in the last 20 years. We have Dirk Nowitzki, the 7 seconds or less Suns, and Mike D'Antoni to credit for that. But Stan Van Gundy, when he was coaching the Orlando Magic, deserves some credit as well. That's because he unleashed Ryan Anderson upon the league. Anderson is a 38% career 3-point shooter with 5.4 attempts per game, and it all started in the 2011-2012 season when he took almost 7 threes per ball game. In that way, he provided some valuable space for Dwight Howard to maneuver in the paint and posterize some poor dudes, and he continued to stretch the floor in New Orleans and of course for the Rockets when he was playing under Mike D'Antoni. Only 2 other 6'9 plus players, Rashard Lewis and Peja Stojakovic, have multiple seasons with 200 plus threes made. That's how good of a shooter Mr. Anderson was. The guy who inspired this video is next. Towns entered the league in 2016 and steadily increased his 3-point attempts until he reached a career-high 7.9 in the 2019-2020 season. And Cat is efficient from down there, shooting 39.7%. But he is not only a good 3-point shooter, he is a good shooter in general. 43.8% of his career field goal attempts have been 2-pointers in the range of 3 feet from the rim out to the 3-point line. And he's converted 46.2% of those attempts. It's obvious that he's one of the best big man shooters ever, but not the greatest. Nonetheless, Cat is the epitome of a modern center, especially on offense. Coming in the league in 2004, Matt Bonner's game was mainly based on his shooting. Greg Popovich capitalized on Bonner's ability to shoot the ball and gave him a significant role in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. From 2008 to 2012, Bonner played 21.1 minutes per game, made 1.5 threes, and shot 42.7% from 3. That sparked the Spurs offense, and when Bonner shared the floor with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, the team was plus 13.4 points per 100 possessions. He was a very good complementary shooter next to other stars, a trait that is very valuable in today's game as well. When we are talking about pure shooters, Peja Stojakovic is a name that will come up surely. The 6'10 forward from Serbia came into the league in 1999 and became one of the best shooters of the early 2000s. He is a 40.1 career 3-point shooter with 5.5 attempts per game and was a key player for the 2011 Mavs that went all the way. His best performance was in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers when he dropped 11 points in the fourth, helping the Mavs to come back and take a 3-0 lead, but it wasn't out of the ordinary for Stojakovic to turn it up a notch when the postseason came around. When he was a member of the New Orleans Hornets in 2008, he shot a ridiculous 54.9% from beyond the arc, while helping lead the Hornets to the Western Conference semi-finals. Also, Stojakovic has played in my country, Greece. Yeah, I'm Greek. Moving on. Before the most obvious number 1 ever, we have Big Honey as an honorable mention. Jokic really has it all on offense. He can spread the floor and shoot the 3. His mid-range and floater game is elite, and he can bunk down low with the best of them. Oh, and he's the best passer in the world right now. If Nikola continues to be as good as he is, he'll definitely go down as one of the best big man shooters of all time. Easily, for now at least, the best big man shooter of all time. Sorry Kat, Dirk changed the game forever with his play. He revolutionized the way we perceive the power forward position. The German is a 38% career 3-point shooter, but he had a great touch in other parts of the floor as well, since he was one of the best mid-range shooters the game has ever seen. His legendary one-legged fadeaway was lethal, and many modern players like KD and LeBron James put it in their repertoire. In 5 of Nowitzki's 21 years in the NBA, he shot above 40% from 3-point range, including his MVP season in 2007, where he became the first power forward to join the 50-40-90 club. Dirk entered the NBA as a lanky 7-footer who struggled to match up with other physical bigs in the league, but he left it as a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer who broke the mold for what power forwards were supposed to be with his sweet shooting touch that extended all the way out to the 3-point line, and also he won the hardest ring ever. So guys, that's it. There are many great shooting bigs and narrowing them down to 5 was hard. Perhaps another video is in order someday. Anyway, who do you think is the best big man shooter of all time and why it is Dirk Nowitzki? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can hear more of that Greek accent talking about the NBA. I have been Bill, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!